Yes, people, never a foul. If you haven't been here before, make sure you subscribe, because today we're going to be talking about a lot of news. There's so much. It's just me and Mo. We don't need nobody else. There's a lot to go through. You know, there's Tchouameni in Arsenal. There's Manchester United news, Caicedo with Chelsea as well. Mason Mount is a bit up in the air. David De Gea and Onana, maybe there's a bid coming through. There's loads, a lot. You know what? Actually, before I do that, I'll just go on my let me just check on my phone. Even through my phone alone, you know. But long list. Right. Where do we start? Sir Jim Ratcliffe's bid is dead, according to Bloomberg sources. You know, Tchouameni to Arsenal. Harry Kane's bid to increase from Bayern. 80 million.
Can I try to go?
Go on. Add to it.
Let me try the news thing. The Football Daily. Harry Kane bid increased from Bayern Munich. They're expected to bid £85 million to land the England striker. Man United are ready to pay £42 million plus bonuses to please Inter Milan so they can land Andre Onana, one of the best goalkeepers at the moment in the world. Aston Villa in advance in signing Pau Torres is at the end of Mings. Fabio Carvalho almost completing his medicals at RB Leipzig. Mason Mount decision has to be done today before the end of the month. And here you go.
And there's more. Gonzalo Ramos to Man United for 70 million. That's another rumor. Højbjerg to Atletico Madrid. That's in talks. That's actually in concrete talks. And then Ajax are pondering over the Timber new bid as well. But I don't even know where to really start.
I always wanted to do news. You can tell.
You gotta go. You gotta keep going through it more. But let me pick up some of the guys. We don't do it every stream, but I like to do it through the transfer stream. Who's here at the moment? So if you're here, shout me. Tell me where you're from as well. If you're new, it would be nice to know where you are in the world. If you're not from the UK, Alicia Toll says, "Hey, all the way from Kenya." I didn't even actually read that comment, and she said it. Look, big up Alicia, man. Big up
Alicia. Big up.
Kenya, man. Matata here as well. Man Lutata as well. Are you related? David Jameson says, "Let it go, Chelsea getting Caicedo. Let it go." Dolzman is in the building. Mohammed Patel as well. Chelsea getting Caicedo. Let it go, lad. Cass. I mean, either or makes sense. It's not me. Like, I'm not putting these in the title because I'm the Man United fan. It's because what Laurie Whitwell said. Laurie Whitwell was the Athletic, right? And he's Man United's pretty much tier 1 source. I'm only giving out what is being said. I'm not an ITK. I keep telling you guys, I'm not. I just been getting a lot right through coincidences. Shalom Taka says Gonzalo Ramos heating up. If we get him on gas, a spine of Onana like a Casemiro Ramos. I kind of like the idea of that. Big up CFC Reaper, Bailey 19, Slim Ake, Abyss Tube, Luke Chapman saying rubbish Northampton Town. If you didn't know, Tom Heaton, Man United rejected a bid for Tom Heaton or any sort of move that Luton Town was planning for. Luke, are you a Luton Town fan? Fraser in the building, ex-Gunner, ex-Tower as well. Abdi, Wolves F1, big up my guy. I love to see it. Ashid as well. Peter Baker. Even as an Arsenal fan, I think Tchouameni will leave Real Madrid. Just wouldn't make any sense to me. What they're actually saying along the lines of, you know, if they can't land Lavia and all this kind of stuff and Partey is to go, they're going to go for Tchouameni. It's kind of interesting though, Mo. Like, we'll talk about that a little bit later about Real Madrid, because it sounds like one of their midfielders are bound to leave. Maybe to fund Mbappe. Ridwan in the building, or Ridwan, Kingsman, loads and loads of people. I look at this. I like from Iceland.
Oh my God, that's so fantastic.
Someone said Fabrizio tweet. I'll check that in a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the tweet. Yeah.
Somerset. Wow, man. United States. Hey, you guys are all over, man. From Egypt, you know. There you go, Mo.
Yeah. Ahmad.
Yeah, man. It was like a stream from India. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's let me go check Fabrizio's tweet as well.
So Fabrizio said that Manchester United have had new direct talks to be informed on Andre Onana deal in 24 hours. He is highly rated by Erik ten Hag. Man United still waiting to clarify David De Gea's situation.
Yeah.
And before declining official proposal, Inter want 50 to 55 million euros So basically, let's just get the facts straight, right? Fabrizio
Mm.
is saying 50 to 55. The problem now in this deal, let's talk about Onana, isn't actually how much Man United are willing to pay. Man United are willing to pay the money. The problem is Inter want 12 to 15 million euros bonuses, and they want realistic bonuses. So Man United are like, yeah, here you go, 42 million pounds. You want 42 million pounds? Go
Mm.
ahead. 42 million pounds is yours. Take it. But Inter want extra about 8 to 10 million pounds in bonuses. And they haven't agreed on what bonuses are there. Like, based on what? Is it winning the league? Is it advancing in Champions League? What is it? But I think at the end, looking from the Inter side, since I'm an Inter fan, if people don't know, I think this is happening. Been here before with Hakimi, been here before with Lukaku. When the management of Inter want to sell, they want to sell, and the price isn't that different. However,
Can I ask
last year with Skriniar, last year
you?
with Skriniar, Inter wanted 70 million euros, and Paris Saint-Germain said we're only paying 60 million, and the deal didn't go through. There is a massive difference here because Skriniar had 1 year left, so PSG knew that they can get him for free the year after, and they did get him for free. However, Onana's contract does not end until like 2027. Onana isn't linked to Lukaku. That was with the Chelsea deal. They wanted Onana and they wanted to offer Lukaku. Man United have nothing to offer to Inter at this stage. They tried to offer Martial. Inter said no because he's too expensive for what he offers. I think he's going to be stuck with Man United for that last year of his contract.
Yeah. Mo, let me ask you a question. The way this whole process has gone on, right? Do you reckon Man United have disrespected De Gea in this whole situation?
So I kind of thought about it, and I listened to some of the Man United people, and I actually don't think that it's actually disrespectful. The reason why is the contract was offered, if I'm not mistaken, last February. You can correct me if I'm wrong. It was offered in February.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then David De Gea himself didn't sign it back in February, did he? He didn't.
No, I think it was all pondering at this moment of time, and as we said over a couple other streams as well, I saw something along the lines that Ten Hag was annoyed with Manchester United for trying to sanction this. Because at the end of the day, it was Ten Hag's decision. Oh, good. As Fraser said, it was Ten Hag's decision. As much as he said,
It
I
was
want him
Ten
to
Hag's
stay.
decision to do what?
If he so basically Man United have tried to sign him, but I think Ten Hag wanted him on terms of his own, of what he wanted. This is, I can only speculate right now, so this isn't true. If I'm correct that he wanted him to fight for his place and not be known as number one, and I think Manchester United promised De Gea something else, and that's why terms have been so up in the air. And it just seems like the connection from Man United to Ten Hag to player, this is where a director of football would be handy, has just gone up in flames. A guy that you could say you could give him a 7.5 out of 10 for his career at Manchester United. And you could also say along the lines, he's spent a decade at the club. He should if you're gonna release him, you should do it on more in different terms. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm trying to think, if I'm David De Gea or I'm a football player, I'm coming to the end of my career. I need a new contract. You don't know where your you don't know where your next future is going to be. You'd think you'd end it the way it should be ended from a respectful club. And Man United of the last decade, you could say, especially with the way it is, Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, etc., etc., the way legends, you could say, or players that have been around for a long time, right?
Actually, let me ask you a question.
Very harsh. Ever as well. Another one. It's been harsh.
Let me ask you a question. Was when he was offered the contract in February, did he sign that contract, or Man United already took the contract away?
So I believe he signed it. From what I was reading yesterday, that he signed it. Man United signed it, but they didn't know he signed it. Man United proposed it, but Man United never signed it off. There was never the green light to give it.
So he signed it from February.
Yeah, and then Man United changed. Man United changed their minds. Yeah, Man United changed their minds. And
you can take them to court. If I was De Gea, I'll take them to court.
Yeah, but you can't, because Man United never signed the contract off. It's just all of, you could say, promises. Like, you have to have the signature. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Man United and Ten Hag didn't give its approval, so it can't be done.
It's
You
very
know?
disrespectful. If because what I understood is probably wrong. I thought that Man United offered the contract in February. He didn't sign it, and he just signed it now, which is not
Yeah.
true based on what you say. So no, it's disrespectful. It just reflects how this club has been run. It's reflecting the status of the club at the moment. It's reflecting how the people at the club actually think about it. It is ridiculous. It's very disrespectful for someone who's the only one at Man United at the moment who won the league title, who helped win the last league title for Man United, has been in the club since he was 19 years old or 20 years
No,
old.
I think he no, no. I think he was 21, 22.
He's born in 92. When did
Yeah,
he
he came
arrive?
to Man United 2012 to
12.
13.
So 20 years old.
So 10 years old. He's 32 right now.
Ah, okay. So he's born in 90. So he came to the.
Something like this. I'm gonna double
So
check.
yeah. So yes, it does. But the
He's
point
22.
is, 10
33 this
years, 10 years at the club, 10 years at the club. You should have a good game going out. You should have the fans applauding you. It's yes, you fell off. We have the same Handanovic at Inter fell off. He won the league with us, and he helped us a lot. But at the end, Inter, the difference is we signed Onana, replaced him gradually, even though we were against Handanovic, and it ended
Handanovic
up
was
really well.
literally-
It ended up
Handanovic-
really well because the fans clapped for him the last game. He won the cup with us in the last game, and it was great. You know what I mean? Like, this is a shameful exit. Man United fans are always going to remember De Gea as the failure for this season, and instead of the guy that won the league with Man United and spent 10 years. It's garbage from Man United. I don't know. David De Gea fell off in the last season, but still he won the Golden Glove, if I'm not mistaken, in this season. Yes, he had many mistakes. A lot of goalkeepers have many mistakes, and I think the club has treated him unfairly. This is my opinion.
So, do you think the price of around 52 million pounds, 50 million? Let's just say it's a 50 million package, right? Is this a
Yeah.
fair? Is Man United getting a great deal for their side, or would you say Inter? Like realistically, I know you love Onana, right? But try to take away the bias. I want you to take the bias hat off of Inter Milan. See that shirt?
Yes.
Just dash it. Just throw it away, Mo.
Okay.
Is Inter Milan getting robbed?
For 57 million euros total, I think that's cheap. I think I would ask for 12 extra million euros. I think a fair price for Onana in the current market, based on his performances last year and performances with Ajax before, is about 70 million euros. Just convert that to pounds. I don't know what that, including, I'm gonna say, so 60 million pounds is fair enough for him, including bonuses, not 50 million pounds. This is just my opinion, and I'm telling you, it is not based on me liking Onana. It's based on me watching Onana, watching the likes of Edison, watching the likes of Costa and Allison. Because
Ooh. Go,
so
carry on.
so that's what I think is worth. If Man United get him for 50 million pounds, including bonuses, I think that's a fantastic deal. You will not get a better goalkeeper for that price. Never.
Can I
Never.
ask you a question?
I doubt.
Can I ask you a question? When it was AFCON and all this kind of stuff, I don't know if it was last year, to be fair. I don't think it was because of the World
It
Cup.
was the year before. Onana wasn't
wait,
playing for
so,
Inter.
so if it's AFCON, he's going to be going to, he's from Cameroon, right?
Cameroon.
Cameroon. Could that be an issue? If Man United
It's
don't
an
have enough,
issue. It's an issue for about 2-3 weeks. That's why you have to have a good second goalkeeper. So yes, it's issue because it takes about 3 weeks or
I
4
didn't even
weeks,
know.
including preparation.
I didn't even notice that. I think the phrase of
That's what happened to Mendy as well with Chelsea.
That's crazy. You know, I never thought of that. I'm like, Man United could have, like, if you don't get a goalkeeper similar, you've got to play, you know, let's say Man City, let's say you got a Liverpool, Arsenal. If you don't have a lucky break in terms of, let's say, playing lesser sides are not going to be great. Let's say Luton, let's say this, you might be in trouble. You could be in good trouble because you say he's so influential in the way Inter Milan play and the way Ajax played, and now Manchester United, if he is to come, crazy.
Yeah, let's be realistic regarding the price. Number
he
one.
retired. He retired. Thank you.
Okay, so realistically regarding the price, I'm not saying that Inter will demand 60 million pounds. I say that's what I think he's worth. Inter management will land at 50 million pounds. That's what I believe it's going to happen. It's going to be 60 million euros, including bonuses. For him going to the AFCON, the African Cup of Nations, I think the African Cup of Nations, it was done over a period where there was only 2 Premier League, because I remember Salah missed only 2 Premier League games and he went all the way to the final. So I think it's done. Why man Latata is saying Mo, your information is wrong on Onana? Why people are saying that? I don't get it. I am saying
he's retired. He's retired. He retired from international football. That's what I
oh,
think.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that he
I did not know
retired.
that either. I didn't even
I
know that
had
until he was
no idea that he retired. He's 27 years old. Why would he? Oh, I know. He
manager.
was kicked
Manager.
out. He was kicked
Yeah.
out of the. But let me just get you. Tell you guys something. A player at 27 years old retiring isn't something finalized. Normally, when the manager changed, they tell him to come back and play. That happened. I think that happened before with Ziyech, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said he's not gonna. So if Song leaves, I think he goes back to the. But I don't think Song will leave. I don't think
Yeah.
Song will leave.
Another good question. Let's say there's Onana and there's Diogo Costa because of the AFCON stuff and etc. Because he can go back if he leaves and he does go back. Who's more of a risk, Diogo Costa? Just a final question before we move on. Diogo Costa or Onana?
Have we watched Diego Costa enough? No, for me, I watch Onana every game.
Ona's a
Champions
little bit
League
younger as
finalist.
well.
He's younger, so he's more for the future. You can have another De Gea on your hand. I don't think that that Costa can do the same as Onana, playing from the back. 27 for a goalkeeper isn't old. He can give you 5-6 years,
More than
good
that,
enough,
probably.
or even more. So look at Manuel Neuer playing until the age of 35. So for me, I would take Onana just maybe because I watched him more. Just because I watched him more. But again, Onana is cheaper than Costa. Just people put that in your mind. And
Yeah.
I think Onana does not like if you buy Onana, it's not as much risk as Costa.
Yeah. By the way, guys, make sure you smash the like button. How many likes are we? We're on 122 likes. I know we can get that straight up in a click of a fingers, just because of you guys. Get that straight up to 200, and that's all down to you, by the way, as well. So I appreciate anyone that has done so. But moving on a little bit from the Nana stuff, might as well get the Man United stuff out of the way. I know it's a little bit annoying. We'll talk about Tchouameni to Arsenal a little bit later. We'll talk about little bit about Liverpool stuff a little bit later, and other stuff as well and Kane, etc., etc. Moises Caicedo, Chelsea, Man United, even Mason Mount. We might as well mix that all in, right? What were we saying on that? Because Laurie Whitwell, if people don't know, I'll tell you again. Laurie Whitwell is Man United's go-to journalist. So if you see that Laurie Whitwell has said something, he works close with David Ornstein. He works for the same paper, The Athletic and everything. Everyone goes towards him. And Chris Wheeler as well, who works for the Daily Mail instead. Remember, it's not about the paper. It's about who the writer is. He was saying that Moises Caicedo and Man United have met each other. Well, Man United have met his representatives in the morning today. And if that doesn't, I don't know if that's a PR spin on Manchester United. Is this PR spin saying Man United are clearly trying to make a move away and they're not trying to budge on 55 million? Because the whole point is along them lines, Man United don't want to be taken for idiots, you could say. They don't want to be this club, again, that's going to be known for overpaying and, giving in. So their stance is 55 million. What do you say to that? What do you say to that?
Let me spin it to you and ask you a question. Do you think Man United are going to get dragged into a bidding war with Chelsea just from Brighton to raise the price of Moises Caicedo? Do you think Man United will fall into this trap, or they're going to go and offer the valuation of Moises Caicedo? Because Chelsea now are looking to offer 70 million pounds plus 10 million pounds. Listen, Moises Caicedo adds to any team, any team. It is really amazing. He's an amazing player. He can add a lot to Chelsea. I think him next to Enzo can challenge any midfield in the league, any midfield, and I mean it, especially defensively. They're both young, they're both strong, full of energy. And if he goes to Man United, I think that completes your midfield next to Bruno and Casemiro. I think so. But it's all about the price. The valuation is 100 million. If people don't know, now we know. It's 100 million.
By the way, I'm not trying to hear Ben Jacobs stuff. You already know how I feel about this guy. I don't know, like just know. I'm not trying to be in denial. I just don't look at him as a source whatsoever. But yeah,
I think Moises Caicedo at the end, whoever is going to offer close to 100 is going to get it done. This is what I think. Man United contacted Caicedo. My understanding is that Chelsea already agreed personal terms with the guy. I don't think personal terms is the hardest stuff because the guy doesn't make a lot of money. So 200.
And Ben Jacobs also said exactly his personal opinion. It doesn't matter what platform it's on, he stays the same and true to himself. He plays the save card. I think this could be PR spin. I think this could be PR spin from Manchester United. If you're going to inform Laurie Whitwell and just say that we have met with Moises Caicedo reps, it's not something that you're not going to lie about it. Maybe Man United actually have. They said they value Caicedo a lot more than what they value Mason Mount. Exactly what I've been saying. For how long, Mo?
For how long? What?
How long have I been saying? It's like, it's not Man United that are broke or anything like that. It's just
no, they're never broke. They
value
don't
him.
want to spend the money. This is the problem. The money is there. People don't understand. Man United have money.
Yeah.
I actually think that Man United should include Fred in this.
I think Fred would be
an option.
I think that would be a good shout. If you're going to
very good for De Zerbi, can play.
I don't think it's going to happen. Would Fred want to go to Brighton though?
It's great to play Europa League instead of going to Fulham and not play anything. Where is Fred gonna go?
True. You know what? You're not wrong there.
Play under De Zerbi. That means you have a chance of going to Brazil for the next tournament. So I think it's a better option for him than going
to our understanding, Chelsea was meant to meet with Caicedo, with Brighton in the next 24 to 48 hours. And we said this yesterday, right? It's just crazy how Chelsea hasn't got this one over the line yet. And I'm just wondering if they're waiting for this Mason Mount money, like to go in completely for him. But I think Chelsea could probably go in for him in the next couple of days if they need to anyways, due to, the financial season restarting again, So I don't know. You'd think Chelsea might have got this one over the line. A lot of stuff on the Chelsea front line has gone a little bit quiet.
But if we learn something from the Rice situation, guys, that now Brighton are learning from West Ham, they're going to have a bidding war. And at the end, Chelsea are going to pay the valuation that they said, which is about 95 to 100, including bonuses. That's what I think is going to happen. It's a personal opinion. I don't think he goes to Man United, even though people want to tell me, Man United fans, and Chelsea, Antonio Valencia and all the stuff, but Chelsea agreed with him before, and it looked like he preferred Chelsea. That's what it looks like.
And Chelsea will beat us in a bidding war currently right now as well. I think they're waiting for the 1st of July. It's just hopeful thinking from Man United. Maybe it'll be more waste of time if they do chase Caicedo. Or Man United might pull a packet out their backside and do something that we don't exactly expect. I wouldn't want to pay 100 million for Caicedo either. I'll be like, nah, just leave him to it.
Is Mason Mount related to Caicedo?
Not being funny, if Tchouameni's out there for 80 million euros or pounds, I'm thinking, why don't you just go for him then?
Yeah, for me, Tchouameni.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's World Cup, Champions League winner, I think. No? Did he win it last year with them? Tchouameni?
Who's that?
Tchouameni?
Was he a part of the squad? No, you mean what? He didn't win the World Cup. They didn't win it.
No, not the World Cup. The Champions League.
Did he? Did he arrive 2
No,
seasons?
he didn't. He actually joined this year. So no, he didn't. Sorry, he joined this year. It's Camavinga was last year or something like this. That's
yeah. I think so. But yeah, no, I think the Caicedo thing. Again, you just have to say watch this space, I suppose, for any movement. Again, it might be something.
I don't think Chelsea fans should be worried, should they?
No, not really. I wouldn't say so. They look like they're front runners in this. They're probably willing to spend the money. Man United are not willing to spend up to that amount of money. It could be basically another Arsenal, Man City, Declan Rice situation.
Yeah.
It would just be all that and just wasting your time. Unless Caicedo pushes to go to Man United. That's the only way. The player has to push. Like, no, my preference is Man United. That's the only way.
I think the guy only cares about the money. So whoever is going to offer more salary, he's going to go to that. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's true.
He's very vocal about it. It's not like he hides it. He's like, I have families to feed, which is, I respect it. I really respect it. What if Saudi Arabia come and snatch the guy and give him like 50, 20, 30, 50 million a year?
And the last part of Man United is it's Gonzalo Ramos, 70 million pounds.
I don't know. It's too. I watched the guy. He played against Inter. He was good, but not great. 70 million pounds is too much, bro. It's a personal opinion. He might bang at the Premier League, but I think we're looking at maybe another similar transfer to Nunes. I'm not saying that they're a similar player, but to be honest, very young to pay 70 million pounds for someone like this. I'm not sure. People tell me in the comments, please give me your opinions in the comments. Do you think Gonzalo Ramos is worth 70 million pounds, 83 million euros? That is too much, in my opinion. I think that's too much for him. Like, yeah, he scored a lot of goals. So did Nunes score a lot of goals
Well,
before.
the Ekram Kona guy, he's the one that broke the news and saying this. He reported about Man United's a priority transfer target. No, I mean Gonzalo Ramos back in May. A few days ago, he broke that PSG was going in for Lucas Hernandez, and he's about to sign for them today. So, is it worth 70 million to go for this guy, which is pretty much going to take? Where's he going to take you for 70 million? I suppose he's a little bit more established than a youngster, or would you rather? What would you rather? You know what? Actually, another question right here. What would you rather pay? 50 million for Højlund, right, or 70 million for Ramos? What would you rather risk?
Both are risks. I think Højlund, watch him both. I think Gonzalo Ramos is kind of a striker, more of a striker. Højlund is more of a speedy guy, can link up the play, flair in his game. That's maybe people say I'm biased, but I'm actually watching both. I don't Højlund for 20 million cheaper, I think is better in my opinion, because you can go and invest these 20 million in someone else. 70 million for Gonzalo Ramos, I think it's too much. 70, I just can't believe the number that we're hearing now for someone who is 22 years old.
You know, Benfica don't budget price either. They don't need money. They've accumulated a lot of it in the last, you could say, year as well. You know, Nunes and Enzo as a package itself. I don't know. I think I'd rather punt for Højlund and wait for that star striker. Maybe I'd rather get two strikers for the price of 70. Personally, this is just me personally talking, than getting a 70 million striker who I don't think is gonna bang. Højlund and go get Tchouameni. That's always been me and my preference. Just go get Tchouameni. It won't cost a lot at all. 15 million. There you go, man. It's just a stopgap for what you need. And Man United badly need strikers. I don't know. I'd rather pay 70 or 65 for like Kolo Muani. I think he's a better established player than Gonzalo Ramos. Ramos had a decent spell, but it's just dried out.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, this year he scored 19 goals. He was good.
Go check his drought at the end of the season. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't watch the league every game, but I think I like Rasmus Højlund because he's so quick. It's unbelievable, and sometimes you'll need that quickness in football. I think he bangs at Man United.
By the way, Fabrizio said 50 to 55 million euros for your goalkeeper. By the way, up to.
Yeah, that's what he said. But I today this morning, La Gazzetta said 60 million euros, including. But this is where they don't agree now. This is where they don't agree.
I'd rather agree with Fabrizio.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't care, to be honest. It's not my money at the end. Either way, I'll be upset. Even if it, by the way, just let you know, even if it's 70 million euros, I'll be upset. I think Onana for Inter is priceless.
I agree.
I don't think there's anybody that can replace him. We'll have to change the way we play football.
It's true.
So anyway, guys, how many are you here? There's 550 of you here. Can we get the likes at least to 200, 250? Hit that like button. It looks like this underneath your live chat. If you're enjoying this, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't, if you're new here. But please, the like button is more important. It's free, doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps us massively. I want to see 200 likes right in front of me. Højlund is rapid, very strong, big guy, has a lot to offer. I think Højlund for 50 is very good. But there's one more thing that people don't know. Atalanta always negotiate. Always. They are never sit on a price. Atalanta sit at the table and negotiate. They are not Napoli and they are Benfica. They are in Porto. They sit at the table. Man United, if they're serious about Højlund, they can go and sit at the table, and I'm sure they can actually lower the price, offer bonuses like related to the number of goals. If he gets 10 goals, you pay that. If he gets 15, you pay that, which is they believe in their striker, and I think that's going to happen. I think they just need to sit at the table. The problem with Man United now is that literally, as you guys say, all of Man United fans, it's interested FC now. You guys are like linked FC. You know what I mean?
I need some happiness in my life. I can't lie. But a little bit of happiness just to end on Man United. Just a quick line. Bloomsburg Insider. They have said their sources say that Jim Ratcliffe's bid is in the bin. It's basically dead in the water. So we'd have to restructure and do all that bid all over again and offer way more, structure it differently maybe, and do it all over again, which could take a long, long time to even do. So they're saying it's, apparently as well, Qatar are ready to, I don't believe it, are ready to put out an announcement video as well. Which I don't believe. I don't believe until I see an official statement. I just can't believe anything anymore. I'm bored. I'm so bored of this scenario. That's the best transfer the window if Glazers go and Qatar come in. Other than that though, Mo, just off topic one, Aston Villa, which I found a little bit interesting. I didn't know this. Pau Torres.
Yeah,
You seen this?
very, very strange. That
Pau
is very
Torres going
strange.
to link up with his old manager.
Yeah.
I thought he was meant to go like Tottenham or a bigger club, but I don't know. Is Villarreal to Aston Villa exactly an upgrade?
The Premier League is always an upgrade. This is what I always say. It's always like this day and age, the Premier League is always an upgrade. You're more known in the Premier League if you play for Aston Villa than playing Villarreal in Spain in terms of like the media and
A decent
stuff.
team. They're pushing for Europa. Did they get Europa League in the end, or did they miss out? They got Europa League in the end, didn't they?
Yeah, which is
They're pushing. It's a great deal. He's a baller, but only my issue with Pau Torres is his strength.
Yeah, but I think he plays a certain amount of a certain type of football that will suit Emery very, very well.
Yeah,
Villa is in Conference League. Yeah.
You know what's mad? No one's actually thought about this. I know Tyrone Mings' time should be coming to an end at Villa anyways, but he is the captain. He's been there for a long time. He left-footed as well. No one's actually seen Diogo Carlos since his injury. And people don't understand that might be like a fresh new sign of Aston Villa. He might not come back the same, but Pau Torres next to a brute like Diogo Carlos, that might be a very, very good partnership. Don't you agree? That could be one of the most underrated partnerships.
I like
one of the most underrated partnerships in the whole of the Premier League next season. When they still got Matty Cash and they still, I like the Alex.
I like
Moraine.
Konsa though. I don't know why. Do you don't like Konsa?
I like Konsa, but I can't imagine Konsa next to Pau Torres.
Why? It's two big, skinny guys, tall, skinny guys.
Exactly that. I just don't think there's not enough brute force in there. Like Konsa's positioning is a bit all over the place for me, and Pau Torres is going to be a bit more suspect. And I just don't think it's really when it comes to. I think his position in Pau Torres is quite good. He places himself very well. I just think you get bullied a bit too easy, especially with fullbacks like Moreno, who's not exactly the beefiest of guys, and Matty Cash as well. Which I think he's overall a good player, a good fullback. I just think it's a bit weak. Oh, does that make sense? You need someone there that's gonna, get stuck in. And Konsa's good, but that's all he is. He's just good, in my opinion.
I think he was great at the end of the season. Not Lisandro Martinez, not Diaz, but he was second tier. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't Van Dijk.
Diogo Carlos definitely better than him, I think.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Carlos isn't as tall as him, so in terms of like long balls and stuff. Maybe. Listen, Carlos was great when he played for Sevilla. He was good next to Conde, but he's just unlucky that he got injured. But I like Konsa. I think he's underrated, to be honest. I really like Konsa.
I just think, what was the fee? What was the fee for him, by the way?
It was expensive, Carlos. He was very expensive.
I think so. But they're paying 45 million for.
Where is Aston Villa getting that much money from?
Well, they didn't. I swear they got bought out not too long ago. They've been spending ages. Do you not remember? They spent like 100 million on the Gerrard, didn't they? They have money.
Coutinho,
they have money.
Buendia,
is he not leaving?
Buendia, Bailey. They got Bailey. They got that Moreno guy this year. They got
Kamara's on a free. Kamara they got on a free.
Think about Aston Villa, to be honest, which is really, maybe you're from England and you can tell me better about this. How is no one? We're talking Declan Rice, we're talking Caicedo, 100 million, 90 million. Why nobody is going to get Jacob Ramsey? I think he's the best under 21 or something like this player.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's very good, like
very
amazingly good.
He play off the left and in the middle. I don't know.
Why nobody's going after this guy though?
He kind of reminds me of a Pochettino type player. I think he'd suit there, but I just don't think there's any space for him in that area at the moment of time. I think he's a 10, but as an advanced 8, I think he can do it. He's definitely got the profile to do it. He's basically everything that Loftus-Cheek was meant to be.
Yeah.
Right now, he is. Am I not right? I'm right.
Years old, man.
Yeah, the way he moves, he's crazy.
He's
He's had
so
one
underrated
great
as well.
season, and he's only 21? 21? About 21? He's only gonna get better. And I think he's
One season hype. Yeah, one season hype. So there's Caicedo. So yeah, anyway,
yeah,
one
true,
season
true,
hype.
true. You have to provide the same. You have to provide the same energy. I just think if they are going to go in for him, they're going to be asking for something like 70 million pounds, maybe 75 million pounds. You know, they
He's
can do
so
it these
good.
days, right?
Yeah, he's so good, bro. He's so
Yeah.
good.
Moving on as well. Sorry to say. Talk about Arsenal.
Serious club.
Yeah, you can say
And
that. Yeah.
I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. I swear I'm not trolling. Listen, I said before that I didn't trust Arsenal board to get the deals done based on experience, based on what they did. Yes, they got Trossard, they got Jorginho, but the Modric, yeah, Caicedo is Caicedo because Brighton didn't want to pay, and also that bidding war that went with Man City. But at the end, they did the business. They got their guy. They haven't sold Thomas Partey, and they haven't sold Granit Xhaka yet. I'm expecting Granit Xhaka to leave, but if they go and talk about Tchouameni and they get Tchouameni, this is the real fire in the Premier League. Tchouameni, Rice on the left, and Odegaard. This is real. This is now the club is serious. And I'm going to say it again. The club is moving mad in the market. It is absolutely amazing. I'm looking. Kai Havertz is a crazy signing for me. £65. I think
Still don't make no
it's
sense.
way too much for Kai Havertz. If you paid 40, I would say yes. People want to say 105 is still crazy, man. I agree with you, but it is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? You have to pay what the club wants if you want your player. You know what I mean? Like Lisandro Martinez went to Man United. Ajax wanted that much. They paid that much. Anthony, Jack Grealish, that much. It is what it is. Remember Van Dijk? Southampton didn't want to budge. They said, you want your player? Come and pay up. And Van Dijk was a Southampton player at that time. He wasn't the same Van Dijk as we see now, but you pay what is worth. Alisson, you paid what Roma wanted.
No, Edson Alvarez is not available. Edson Alvarez, I'm pretty sure Alvarez is going to some linked with another club elsewhere. Who is it? Looking right now.
The Mexican guy, Edson Alvarez,
Yeah,
Ajax
yeah.
guy.
I saw. Is it Dortmund? That's it. Dortmund are in for him. Then they're gonna
He's all right. He isn't Tchouameni. He's all right.
Yeah.
He's all right. But Tchouameni, bro, talk to me about Tchouameni going to Arsenal. How is that midfield?
I don't know. You know what it is? It's crazy. I think I wouldn't call it absurd for Arsenal to, go in someone like Tchouameni. Like it was only not long ago where we was talking about Rice and Caicedo. If you go get Tchouameni, that's better than Caicedo. In my opinion.
He fell off last year. He didn't play as much. He fell out of favor from Ancelotti, which is kind of strange to me. I don't watch Real Madrid every day, but he's a big guy, very skillful, strong in the middle. I think Arteta can do wonders with him. I think Arteta can develop him to be one of the
best. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. As soon as I said that, Fabrizio Romano just said that Dortmund have pulled out the race for Edson Alvarez. They're going to proceed with Emre Can as the DM. Crazy how this world works,
Oh yeah, it's 2 minutes ago. Have now pulled out of the race to sign Edson Alvarez. I don't think he's a top tier player.
I don't think as a backup. I'm taking him.
Yeah, as a backup only. But I don't think he's a starter for any of the top teams, to be honest.
But on the Tchouameni stuff, what's interesting? I don't think it's I wouldn't call it anything ridiculous. And people say, why would Real Madrid want to sell? But Real Madrid, there's been rumors of Valverde leaving and Tchouameni leaving. Both of them, it's going to be one or the other, maybe. And that's the way they're going to maybe fund Mbappe's deal. They're going to have to go do it as well. And both players are quoted at £80 million.
Who do you think leaves, Tchouameni or Valverde?
I think if it's down to the club, I think they're going to keep Valverde and get rid of Tchouameni.
I agree.
Because they're talking about Camavinga moving into the midfield, and I think, but I think Tchouameni's down the pecking order for them right now. He just hasn't worked out. You might need to give him. You're gonna have to give him another year. But Real Madrid don't do that. I think they prefer someone like Valverde. He's more of a fan favorite than Tchouameni. They wouldn't want to upset the fans, So that's the way.
I think Tchouameni has a higher ceiling. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, Valverde's what, like 24, something like that, 25.
Similar age.
He's a bit more established, and what you don't want is too many just upcoming talent in your centre mid partnership. When you think of Tony Kroos, Modric, they're older boys. You need someone that's in and around that's already really experienced, and then you got your upcoming lads. That's the way
Can you imagine a midfield of Valverde, Tchouameni, and Bellingham playing behind Mbappe, Vinicius, and Rodrigo on the right side?
I'd rather Camavinga, Tchouameni, and Bellingham behind Mbappe.
Camavinga is going to be left back. They're actually getting rid of Mendy. Isn't going to play. Camavinga is going to play. I agree with you, but until they get a left back, Real Madrid, who's going to play left back? Me?
I'd rather put Tchouameni in DM and put Camavinga in centre mid and put him on the left hand side of that, and then put Bellingham on the right. That's the way I'd do it. That's the three. That's what I would I believe. But I just don't know. I just think Real Madrid need to sacrifice one pawn in this so they can go and get their Mbappe. You know, the extra funds that's there available and not get done by any FFP charges, anything along them lines. That's the way it looks. And if Arsenal come in for this guy for like 80 million, I'm pretty sure they would put another funds into a new upcoming baller, right? You know, they will go buy another centre mid.
What I don't believe is that Liverpool are offering 80 million for Valverde. What I would believe is Arsenal offering the Caicedo money for Tchouameni. That's what I would believe.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't know if Liverpool are going to go in for him because they're talking about Szoboszlai and they're going to Liverpool are going to remain their focus on Szoboszlai as well. So I think the Valverde stuff can get maybe
Szoboszlai 70 million euros.
No. I think he's around 50. I think they're around 60 million pounds. They're quoting him 70 million euros. You're always talking euros. I'm talking in pounds.
70 million euros. So if Valverde is 80 million euros, so it's 10 million euros. Who would you rather get?
No, they're saying 8 million pounds.
80 million pounds.
Yes. I'm very sure it's 80 million pounds.
Oh yeah, it's 80 million pounds. You're right. Damn.
Exactly.
That's 20 million euros difference, or 25 million euros.
Yeah. And the last part for Arsenal, I'm moving on from Tchouameni, which I think would be amazing. Joyce? Paul Joyce. Are you talking about Paul Joyce?
What?
Manchester United have contacted Inter Milan.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we I'm always coming to an end. Your favorite keeper's coming to my club. Whether you like or not, he's coming to my club. Interested FC strikes again. He's coming to my club, bro, whether you like it or not. But again, Arsenal, not just Tchouameni, they're going to get Timber. You know, they offered around 45 million euro package or something along these lines or 50 million euro package. Can't remember which one it was for Timber. So the medical might be booked very soon, as soon as they agree the fee.
Timber, Tchouameni, Rice. Imagine if they didn't get Havertz and they got somebody else, like they got they can't. I don't know.
Did you just about say Højbjerg?
Højlund.
I was gonna say.
They get a Højlund as a striker or something for Gabriel Jesus or something. I don't know, bro. But anyway, I think if they get Timber, it's real, bro. It's serious. I think Arsenal challenge next year. We're gonna talk about it later, I know. But for the news now, Timber is closed. Fabrizio tweeted about Timber, if I'm not mistaken.
He did, yeah.
If people don't know what he said, I think Fabrizio literally said, Arsenal feel Timber, Fabrizio. No. Yes, Arsenal have only one target as new center back. No, it's Julius Timber, 45 million euros to 40 million submitted, and I think it's close. I think it's close. 45 million euros. This is a steal for Timber, to be honest. In this market, steal.
Maybe a little bit more.
Maybe, but you know what? If you have the money, who cares?
Well, let's talk about some money. Let's talk about some big money signings as well. We've spoken it again yesterday. And I think we've gone along the lines of Bayern Munich potentially going in for Kane. Kane going out. Højbjerg might be going out of Tottenham. They just got James Maddison in. Kane, 80 million bid, but they said they're not going to go over that. Just leave even. Be honest. Even guys in the comments, make sure you smash the like as well if you haven't done so yet. Be honest. Does Tottenham sell Kane out of the club for 80 million to Bayern Munich?
Yes.
Yes? I don't think so.
Why? You say why, I'll say why I think.
I just don't think it's Levy.
Okay.
It's Levy. I think he rates Kane as 100 million currently.
Fine.
That's the reason why it's just Levy. Any other guy that has the striker that's got 1 year left is taking it and running away with it. 80 million pounds. And we don't even know what the structured fee is. You know, it could be over the course of 4 seasons. Levy be like, nah. I've just seen Declan Rice go for 100 million as well. I want 100
Okay.
million for someone that's actually a baller.
Here is why I think he would sell him, and there is only one reason why I think he wouldn't sell him, which is James Maddison joining them. James Maddison is not an idiot. I'm sure James Maddison spoke to Kane, because James Maddison is not going to join Spurs and then find that Kane is going to leave. That's number one. This is why I think they might not sell him. The second is, when he rejected Man City's offer that Kane had 3 years left on his contract, now he has 1 year. I believe that Daniel Levy isn't an idiot. He's a businessman, cares about the money. And I think 80 million pounds in your pocket now, instead of losing him on a free next year, unless you are sure that you're going to convince him to sign a new contract, which is, I don't think that Harry Kane will do it. He isn't going to let him go on a free next year. He cannot. He's not, guys. He's a businessman. We sit here and say he's stubborn, but at the end, he's a businessman. This is food for him. Money. It's 80 million pounds in the pocket. It's 80 million pounds in the club's account. He's not gonna get him. He's not gonna let him go for free. He'll be an idiot. And you guys say that Daniel Levy isn't an idiot. He's just stubborn. 1 year left, and you're rejecting 80 million pounds. You'd be an idiot. And I don't take him as an idiot. And he's not gonna. And also, there is one more thing about it, which is, thank you, Gaetano, for this. If he goes for free next year, he might go to a rival club in the Premier League. It's better to do it now, get the 80 million, and guarantee that you're not going to play against Harry Kane. He's not going to come against your club. I think it's a good move for Harry Kane because he saves his legacy at Spurs. And also it's a good move for Spurs because they don't play against him. He doesn't go to a rival and win. And now Spurs are in the mud if that happens. That doesn't make... It makes sense, this move, 80 million pounds. Next year he goes to Man United or goes to Chelsea or whatever. It is what it is. I don't think, to be honest, he stays. Unless he signs a new contract. And unless there is a deal with James Maddison about something. James Maddison is not an idiot. But I like James Maddison, and I just feel sorry that he went to Spurs. But anyway.
Yeah, you maybe raised some good points. You definitely raised some good points, but this just wouldn't understand.
It's a sticky situation for Spurs though, because
it is.
It's not only about the money, guys. It's about, if Harry Kane leaves tomorrow, who's your number 9? Who's winning you games?
Yeah, but this is why you've got another 2 months to go and figure that out. You've got 80 million pounds. Maybe you go get yourself a Gonzalo Ramos. Then you can't. It's the same respect, yeah. When you talk about Man City, there's no matter who you get to replace Gundogan. He's not Gundogan, right? It's always going to be a step down, whoever the player may be, unless you go get a world beater potentially, right? And I think Gundogan's pretty much this year been the best player in the world, alongside Haaland and many others. You can't replace it. Whoever they get from Kane is always going to be the downgrade. Does that make sense? So that's just the way I look at it. A gal wants the link. Do I send it to him, or do we finish up in the next 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, we see you, Gal. It's like, do we finish? Yeah, we get Igal?
Do we get a gal on? What do people want?
Guys, what do you guys think? Do we get Igal on?
I don't even think we got do we have you might have to waffle a little bit while I download something. Should we get
I'm gonna do it. You just deal with the
all right, so what should we be hashtagging free Harry Kane then? Because I just don't think Levy does it. I think I just don't see it. Can you imagine Richarlison as your number 9? I think you have to put Son up front.
Can you put me?
Did she just say you?
I'm doing it. Don't worry about the...
All right, cool. But I just don't see Harry Kane being... I just don't see him going for 80 million. I think they'll stretch Bayern Munich to 90 million. Yeah, I think they'll stretch Bayern Munich to 90 million.
Yeah. Or different structure, or a loan player or something.
It's a bit more on a Tottenham standard as well. Do you get rid of Højbjerg? Because they're talking
about...
No. No?
Why would you get rid of Højbjerg?
Well, I just don't know what I'd like. They might not see value in him. He doesn't remind me. He doesn't look like a Angie type player. I'm looking at the lines of yeah, man. Look, apparently Højbjerg and Tottenham are open to a move this summer.
I know. I read that. I don't know why would he do that.
He's not that good. He's not that good. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me send the gal the link, anyways. Let's get a gal on this.
Let's get a gal. Now I have to change
my... But you want to change the whole thing. See, look what you guys are doing. You're making us change everything. Hurry up, a gal, man. Don't know. I wonder what he's going to talk about. I guarantee he comes in here, yeah, and starts going on a Declan Rice hype. Like they just didn't just spend 105 million pounds on him. You know. Sorry, quick one, Ibby. Some quick trivia. Big up for the super chat. In what year did the UEFA Cup name change to Europa League, and who were the first winners of the rebranded competition?
I actually don't know, but maybe 2005, 4,
2005?
4, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Let's get going, anyways. I'm unsure. You know, Ibby, you're gonna have to tell us. You're gonna have to tell us because I don't know what this trivia question is. I'm not that knowledgeable when it comes to something that probably changed years ago. All right, let's get it going. This is gonna look dodgy for now. So the guy they can hear you. Yeah, I can do it now. Look,
Mo. No, Mo's got to go on this screen. Kaz, you got to be the mediator. Because Mo, you have to answer for your crimes. You have to answer for your
which screen do you want? Which screen do you want? This one.
What crimes?
Bro, first things first. When
Can you just speak, ask questions, and I will answer the questions. Okay.
First things first. Man City enter the room, Arsenal leave. What happened there?
I did say that. What did I say?
When Man City entered the room, Arsenal leave.
I never said that. I said Arsenal will pay up. I said at the end, I absolutely recorded here. People can correct me if I'm wrong. I actually said about 5 times on different streams that I think he will end up at Arsenal. Go ahead.
Okay, so this whole thing now, were you not the one sending me the eye emojis? Were you not the one using the what do you call it, the account, never a file account? Saying, oh, I told you I was never worried. I told you I was never worried, and you're saying you're crazy not to be worried. And when I was telling you,
yeah, but you have to.
And also, when I was telling you about their bid not being serious, you're saying, why would they bid 90 million?
But hold on, are you coming here to tell us that Man City were not serious about it? You believe Ayuko, whatever her name.
Bro, if Manchester City were serious about a player and they wanted that player, they would do all the stops to get that player. They have a price in their head, and they were never as serious as us to get the player, and hence why I was never worried about losing Declan Rice. And I personally don't believe
they did it. So they did it one. So let me get that straight from you. Man City did not want Declan Rice.
Not as much as we did.
But they wanted Declan Rice.
Of course, they wanted him to a certain degree, but their bid was never serious. If they were serious, they would have bid.
What do you mean a bid is not serious? What do you mean a bid is not serious?
Wait.
You don't bid this. If somebody asks you for 100 million, you bid 10 million less, the exact same as somebody else, just slightly different offer. What is £5 million really going to do for them? It's not going to change the needle.
It's the structure, and you know what I'm talking about. They offered it for 2 years. You offered for 4 years. Main difference, big difference.
That structure.
I'm answering you, bro. I'm answering you. It makes a big difference. That doesn't make
no difference because at the end of the day, they're taking an 18-month structure. It doesn't change nothing. At the end of the day, they didn't get the player.
Hold on, how is that? You offered 90 million. Did you offer 85 or 90 million?
One second. Before we go any further, we offered the exact same amount. We offered 90 million. They offered 90 million. We offered 50 million add-ons. They had offered 10 million add-ons. Forget about all that. After that fact that their first bid got rejected, they walk away after one move. No way.
Because I tell you why. It's simple. Because you offered actually more than what West Ham asked for. Nothing against you.
Of course.
You did the business.
Because we want the player.
Exactly. Because you did. Okay, listen. It's very simple. I am valuing this camera as 100 million. Okay? And I offered 90 million for it. If my friend goes and offer 105 for it, I'm not going to overbid him because I don't value it more than 100. I tried.
So then you don't want it more than him.
Wait.
We absolutely agreed on this, Igal.
Let me ask this then. Let me ask this.
No, I don't get the narrative.
Wait. What's your
narrative? My problem with Mo is Mo was saying the moment that Man City come in, Arsenal have no chance almost unless they show that they want him more.
And you did.
And we did. But my thing is, I'm coming back to you to show you that Man City were never as serious as us. Because if they were as serious as us, they would have continued to go for it. But they were never as serious. Once they entered the room, I gave you example after example. Jurrien, I gave you all these other examples of players that he didn't get into bidding wars with. And you told me it doesn't matter. If they want him, they'll get him. And I'm telling you right
what
now,
happened. Okay, what you did. Okay, I'm not knocking Arsenal up in terms of like you wanted a player, you overpaid for the player. But let me just, You did exactly what Chelsea did with Kukurea. Exactly. Man City wanted Kukurea. Exactly. And they said, here is the money that we think Kukurea is worth. It's close to what you want. And Brighton said, no, there is another club that is interested more than you. When mean interested more than you means they value him more. You value Declan Rice more than Man City. That's a fact.
No, that's not the difference. So basically, now you're trying to spin it. Now you're trying to spin it.
I'm whole thing is, I say exactly what I said before. Go ahead,
bro. That's not the case. For me, this is what's happened. West Ham were obviously always had a vested interest to wait and see when Man City come in. My point is, Man City never wanted Declan Rice to this level in the first place. It's not a thing where it's like, oh, they put a bid in just to see. They knew that bid was going to get rejected.
You know what, guys? Let's stop waffling and beating around the bushes. Let's establish facts. You offered 90 million, 75 plus 15, and the deal structure, West Ham didn't like it. Is that a fact? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, that is your second bid, right? Man City winning.
No, they didn't like the price also.
Fine. They didn't like the price. Man City, when they offered 90 million, which is 80 million plus 10 in a better structure, 80 months, is that a better bid or not?
No, it's still shit.
See, now you're not saying facts because
it's still bad because it's below the valuation.
Okay, I didn't ask you bad or not bad. I asked you, is that a better bid than yours or not?
Of course, it's better, but it's marginally better.
So that means they outbid you at that point. Structure, no structure, better bonus.
Okay, so we outbid them. Where's their
Thank you so much.
Where's their
so what you did at the end, you did at the end. West Ham said, no, I want 100. Who's gonna bid 100? And you said, you know what? Move this guy away. Here's 105. So what do you want Man City? What do you want Man City to do? Go offer 110? They don't value the player more than 90.
No, you know what? I'm happy with what Man City did because honestly, I'm happy with them. But my main point is, I never believed Man City were serious in the first place.
Igal, I don't understand this. How is Man City? Okay, what if you didn't offer the bid that they wanted? What was gonna happen? Man City bid was gonna be accepted. That was it.
I think Man City submitted their final bid.
You cannot submit an official bid, Igal, unless you're serious and unless you spoke to the player and know that he's willing to go to your club. Do you take Man City people are idiots?
No, but I also don't think they ever thought they were going to get Declan Rice, or else at
the end of the day,
you're literally running with the agenda that Man City bid to screw with you. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Not to screw with us. It benefits West Ham.
But wait, one second.
So Man City are working for West Ham now. You're not saying,
bro. People do this. 1 second. It's on record that they did this. Liverpool did this to Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United. Did they not bid 35 million for Bruno Fernandes?
And we going for 40.
Yeah, okay. And you had to pay 40 because of Liverpool.
Be with you.
Is that not accurate?
Here, if you sit with here, Igal, and tell me, okay, what you are
this
saying,
happens all the time in the transfer window.
Okay.
People like you owe me an apology because Man City's actions clearly show that they were not serious about their actual bid.
So fantastic. I believe you if you tell me the reason why did Man City put a bid in.
The reason why Man City put the bid in is honestly, I think it's because they were testing the waters to see if Arsenal would walk away. If we did walk away, they would have got the player. They would have got the player for what they would have valued as their money.
So you're telling me that Man City,
but Arsenal. 1 second. Arsenal valued the player more than 1 second. Arsenal valued the player higher. So I personally think this whole thing was manufactured because they knew. You know what? Forget it, bro. I'm out of here. Don't worry.
No, Igal. No, Igal.
Don't worry.
Bro,
your chat is rude as F, bro.
Igal.
How is it rude?
Bro, why are you serious? I never made.
Not you.
Yes. I'm gonna have to back it. No, I have to back it. You come on my stream and Mo's stream, yeah, and you come on here on a hype, bro.
Igal, you know me. I never mean to be rude.
Not you, bro. Not you, Mo.
I never mean to be rude.
Triggering me.
You know me. You know me. I'm never. You're a friend.
I'm an idiot.
You're a friend. You're a friend. I respect you. I love you. I'm never mean to be rude to you. Never.
No, Mo. It's not you. It's not you. Well, it's not you. Listen, this is my point. my main argument.
I'm
right?
really just arguing with you.
Let me give you my argument, and then you
Go
tell
ahead.
me if you disagree with it or not.
Yes.
I personally don't believe that Man City were ever going to go to the level of money that we wanted to go to, which was 100 million. We were willing to go to the 100 million. They pushed us over the edge to pay an extra 5 million than we initially wanted.
They pushed over the edge to pay an extra 15 million.
Okay, whatever.
Let him finish.
Right?
I'll let you respond to him. And then
I personally thought we always were going to pay 100 million or close to 100 million as possible, right? Their bid, I feel like, was to just egg us on and maybe try to see if we'd walk away or budge. They tried to basically try to take the player from us, but I don't think they were ever serious enough to get into a bidding war where we'd constantly be going after each other after the fact. So when I say I don't think they're serious enough, it's based on the actions they pulled out after one bid. If they were to continue, then I would have said, you know what, they're serious. But the fact that they pulled out after one bid, that's my evidence to say that they weren't as serious as us.
It goes to show that your board is rubbish, if I'm being totally honest in this all, because at the end of the day, you just wasted 3-4 weeks when you could have just put the straight fact of 100 million bidding and just go over and done with it in the end. You wasted time in the end.
I honestly don't care.
It took City 1 week for you, man, to overpay.
You shouldn't care, Igal.
I don't care. You get the player.
You shouldn't care.
The team that is wasting time is West Ham. West Ham have FFP restrictions because they're one of the 18 teams that are on the FFP watch list, Kaz. And they had to get this money in before the 30th of June. So they were going to always drag it out.
But my team, and they pulled out the 90 million and someone, I'm like, thank you.
No, but you get what I'm saying now.
I agree. Okay, so again, there are points I agree with you, and there are points I don't. The point that you said Man City didn't want the player. Man City wanted the player for 90 million, paying in 18 months, 80 million plus 10. They wanted the player with this price. The fact that they thought that Arsenal would walk away, maybe this is wrong from them because maybe someone knew that Arsenal wouldn't bid more, but you did bid more. Because the reason why Arsenal bid twice and they didn't meet the valuation. And it was always about the structure. Maybe Man City, and it's all maybe Man City saw that even if you offer 100, you will offer it on a structure. The reason why I'm saying that, my evidence is that at the end, when you offered 105, the reports came after that West Ham were still not happy with your bid structure. Was that correct or not?
Yeah, because they're always going to negotiate.
Thank you so much. But they were happy with Man City structure, but not the value. Is that correct? So that means now Arsenal have to find a structure that is working with West Ham. So my point is, Man City wanted him for that price. You know, when I buy this phone is worth £500. I buy it for £500. If you come and pay £600 for it, here you go, it's yours. But doesn't mean I don't want him. It means I wanted that phone for £500. They thought they will get him for 90 million, by the way. They thought that the 80 million plus 10 is good enough for West Ham to budge. And they were wrong about it. They were wrong. We're going to sit here and say they were right? No, Man City were wrong, right? But Arsenal at the end got their player. I don't see why your point is that I said that if Man City go into this bid, Arsenal don't have a chance. I actually, and I'm on record, said Man City won't go in a bidding war. They're going to bid and they're not going to top Arsenal. When their bid was rejected, we talked with Daps and I told Daps, I don't think you're gonna bid again. If Arsenal overbid you, you're done. You're out of here. Because my evidence, it happened with Kukurea, bro. It happened before. We saw this last year. They didn't overpay for Kukurea, didn't they? That's my evidence. And Chelsea wanted Kukurea more, exactly like Arsenal wanted Declan Rice more. And Declan Rice wanted Arsenal. Very obvious, right? But also, Declan Rice spoke with Man City. Man City are not idiots. They're not going to go and bid for a guy without asking him, are you willing to join our club or not? But maybe he still wanted to go for London, to stay in London. So, Igal, your point is valid, but only to the point that Man City won't go to the bidding war. But you did the business. Be happy about it. You're coming here trying to come at me, okay? Because you want to just say, oh, Mo was wrong. Fine. Even if you're happy about your player, be happy about it. Talk about Tchouameni. Don't talk about Declan Rice versus Man City. You want to go against Man City? Nobody wants to go against Man City. I don't get your point, to be honest, Igal.
You know what? The Tchouameni point, I don't know if you guys, I don't know how deep you guys jumped into it, but I don't really trust the source. But if there is a situation where Partey leaves, we don't get Lavia, we don't get Caicedo, and Tchouameni is an option, I think every single club in world football is going to go after him. He's not going to.
By the way, he didn't play enough last year, so I think people are scared. But I think and I said that before, if you get Tchouameni, you're very serious about actually trying
no,
to.
But the loan to buy option is ridiculous. No one's Real
loan
Madrid
with
are not
obligation or
letting him
loan to buy. Loan or obligation, loan to buy.
Real Madrid are not going to let him leave on a loan to buy for cheap. It's going to have to be a ridiculous fee, and I would take it. I think all of our clubs would take it, but there's going to be a long lineup.
Maybe. Let me do these few super chats as well before I end. Diraj, it says City add-on is more probable. Also, 18 months is huge. Skip to Malu, it says Pep's playing chess with Arsenal, transfer key, LOL as well. A big up for the super chat. Dolzman is saying, grown man comes on stream to ask for an apology, question mark.
Hell yeah, what the hell? Of course.
And then was that. And then Ibby says City 100% was serious. Difference is Rice was our priority and a need, whereas for City it was an opportunity. When it's a need, clubs overpay. And he's he's an Arsenal fan as well.
And we needed to overpay. I don't care.
Yeah, man. Other than that, guys, man, I'm gonna have to end it there. I don't want to run it up for too long. Make sure you smash the like button. Big up for a girl for jumping on just to argue with Mo.
I love it. I love it though. I love it. All respect.
I'd rather do it here.
Yeah. You nearly even made the chat nearly made a gal turn away. Crazy. Other than that, smash the like button. A gal's channel is actually in the description below if you want to check it out as well. And we'll be back later tonight at 11 in a bit.